shoes. 50 hours overtime.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg. Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Sacramento this season.
Yeah, sweeping this club in the last season series was probably the highlight of an underwhelming year.
Yeah, for sure. Neither team a big-time contender in their respective conferences, but when the teams are fairly evenly matched, it can still be entertaining basketball.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
And it's Antetokounmpo with the miss. Here's Toure. Pass to LaRavia. Murray up top. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Sabonis. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Well, it's fair to say we can expect a bruising battle between these two, Grant.
Yeah, these are two teams that dare you to bring the ball at them. They both feast on the defensive side, so don't expect any scoring records broken in this one. These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now here's Lillard. A proven scorer in this league, averaging just over 25 a game. No good with a layup.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Pass to Howard. On the wing, Murray. Clock at 4. And he buries his first look.
Yeah, just a solid play by Murray. He knows where to get his shots.
Outside Reddish. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Antetokounmpo outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
Here's Toure. Pass to Howard. Here's LaRavia. Howard with the ball. Over Lillard. That one a little long. The Bucks trail by 4. And here is Antetokounmpo. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but it certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Drops in the 3.
Very few shoot the 3 ball as well as Lillard does, so you want him taking those shots as much as possible.
Here's LaRavia. Pass to Toure. Oh, got a piece of it. And stolen by Antetokounmpo. There's the triple. And it's LaRavia with a rebound. The Kings leading. Clark, one thing to note when you play the Bucks, they don't give up many offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's exactly right, B.A. Against Milwaukee, your first shot in each possession is probably and likely going to be your last shot. Some teams don't even try for second chance opportunities against the Bucks. They're such a strong defensive rebounding team.
Beyond the arc. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. Out to Lillard. Jackson on the wing. Takes the 3. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
Unselfishness from Lillard. Has no problem giving the ball up, especially when he's got a guy wide open.
To the paint. Here's Toure. Four on the clock. Late clock here. The Kings need to get one up. And the Bucks pushing it up now. Antetokounmpo outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Antetokounmpo has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through.
Sacramento calls timeout. Kings trail by 4. Here's Toure. And the foul called on Cam Reddish. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Toure. Six to shoot. Pass to Sabonis to end the drought.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss the defensive chops of Antetokounmpo. I mean, he is so good at handling himself on the defensive end, whether he's guarding his own guy or in position to help his teammates.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Here's Toure. Now here's Hardaway. Here's Murray. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
Pass to Reddish. Lillard with the ball. Here's the three. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Here's Laravia. Over Kuzma. And once again, off the mark by Sacramento. All right, let's go to Allie LaForce now, who spoke with Doc Rivers.
Keegan Murray came up during our conversation, and he remarked, Murray is just a classic wing. He has length, he can shoot it, he defends well. I really like his game, and I told our team to pay extra attention to him on both ends. High praise for Murray.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. And the Kings call time here. And Sacramento making a change here. Kings trail by 10. Now Carter to the wing, right side. Pass to Sabonis. Hardaway from outside. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Here's Milwaukee. Big time run continues here. 16-0. Shutting it down. And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Wide open. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Howard, the screen. Here's Carter. Rebounded by the Bucks. Lillard looking around. Poke loose. Stolen by Carter. He goes up. And he lays it in on the break. And it's now only a 5-point Bucks lead.
If they keep finding steals like that, they won't be in the hole much longer.
And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page.
Substitution on the court.
And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. Portis outside. Out to the right wing. Antetokounmpo, right side. Fades. Can't connect. Now 2 of 6 for the game.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
Here's Carter into the lane. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Markelle Fultz. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Bucks.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
They get it back. Kicks it out to Jackson. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
Boy, extra effort by Giannis, the multi-time MVP. He's just built a little different.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
What, you mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas, I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Back to Carter. Pass to Hardaway. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Like saying the different ways Hardaway Jr. attacks the defense.
The Bucks leading by 6. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now here's Reddish. Hits the trifecta. Reddish has got his second basket. Outside Carter. Up in time. No good on the buzzer beater. And that does it for the first quarter. Milwaukee out in front, leading. Good to have you with us on this Easter Sunday. We're ready for more of the NBA. on 2K Sports. All right, what stands out to you from Milwaukee in this one?
Well, it seems like they went in looking to do damage from long range, and they faced little resistance.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
Pass to Portis. Back to Fultz. Floats one. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Kings trail by 9. And here's Carter. Howard with the ball. Clock at 6. Back to Carter. Pass to Howard. Rebounded by Kuzma. Milwaukee leading by 9. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Down low. Pass to Trent. To the middle. On the wing, Kuzma. Misses the 3. Kings trail by 9. Outside Carter. Sabonis with it. Here's LaRavia. Defended by Jackson. Shot clock at 5. Outside Carter. Sabonis in the post. Murray from outside. Drains the triple. Murray's got 5.
Yeah, this is the kind of confidence you love seeing. Murray not thinking twice at all about firing away.
Now here's Trent. Over Sabonis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And the Bucks lead by 8.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. A sign of a skilled offensive player.
Outside Carter. And it's slammed in by Carter.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Portis outside. And, yep, it's good. Portis has got his first points in this one.
This speaks to how assertive Portis is, and he's skilled at knocking it down off the catch, too.
Here's Teray to the inside. And Sabonis slams it in.
Well, I'll tell you what, his vertical is awesome, off the charts. A short center who still makes his presence felt.
And Sacramento making a change here.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now, for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
A combination of size and elite athleticism on full display from Giannis there.
Inside, Teray. Out to the right wing. Gets the 3 ball to go. Terry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Jackson for 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Outside Carter. Pass to Murray. Now Sabonis. Back to Murray. 3 on the clock. Ooh, Murray showing his strength down low.
Yeah, roughing Murray up a little in there, but he's built to take punishment and can still deliver.
Well, Grant, in the spring of 2024, a remarkable streak ended. Domantas Sabonis had recorded 61 consecutive double-doubles.
Yeah, it was the longest streak since the merger back in 1976. Now, Sabonis has led the NBA in rebounding multiple years. Plus, he has averaged 8 assists in a season, so that is big-time production.
Now here's Sabonis. And stolen by Jackson. Knocked away. Here's Terry. And he goes up strong with a one-handed jam.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Kings trail by 6. Here's Terry. 5 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Toure. Over Trent. Milwaukee with the rebound. Set it up with a fake, but it's offline.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
Outside Carter. Down low. Sabonis' shot is off. The Bucks leading by 6. Pass to Trent. Shoots it from the corner. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Kings. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, the Bucks creating an elite tandem last season, pairing Giannis with Damian Lillard. He said people wanted to just click right away, but when you put 2 guys together who have always had the ball in their hands, it's going to take time to learn how to play off of one another. It's about making sure we continue to grow. BA?
That's a good perspective, Allie. Thanks.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
Outside Carter. Here's Toure. Outside Carter. Fires the 3. And from the field after that one, 3 for 4 now.
Hey, you know, court vision is a strength for Sabonis. Actually, it's in his DNA. His dad was a great passer, too.
Jackson, right side. Kuzma, outside. Carter with it. And it's Trent picking him up. He's all alone. And it's slammed in by Carter.
And you can tell they're in sync right now, expertly turning the steal into fast break points.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. The Bucks leading by 3. Outside Reddish. Out to Lillard. Takes a 3. Yes, sir. You can count on Dame from deep.
You just cannot permit Lillard to get into a zone from deep. I mean, once that happens, you can't turn the valve off.
Pass to Hardaway. Here's Shed. 5 to shoot. Shoots a fadeaway. No good off the glass.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Lillard outside. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
And now he's dropped 2 3-pointers in each quarter.
Pass to Jang. Here's Shed. Still no points. Here's Hardaway. The rebound by Yabusele.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
Outside Reddish. The three from Prince. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
Prince doesn't care where he's at beyond the line. He'll launch that orange for sure.
Pass to Jang. Here's Shed. Here's Hardaway. Here's Terry to the left wing. And he banks in the layup.
Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
The Bucks leading by 10. Lillard outside. Pass to Prince. Lillard outside. Now the Kings in transition. Here's Shed. And he lays it in off the breakaway. Shed's gotten his first bucket of the night.
And their offense seems to be coming around. Now they're shooting upwards of 50% from the field.
And, you know, that's a really good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gate, but they're starting to look a little better now and regaining some ground.
With the drive. With one on the clock. Oh, it would have counted had it fallen, but it is offline. And so that's the end of the first half. Bucks ahead, leading by 8. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Milwaukee leading by 8. Outside Reddish. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Oh, and a fast break for the Bucks. Back to Reddish. Pass to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. Lillard converting inside.
Watch out now. Lillard is smoking and looking to score every time he touches.
Here's Teray. Here's Larabia. And a miss there on the triple.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Lillard outside. Pass to Reddish. Now Portis. Defended by Murray. Fades away. No good off the back of the rim. Kings trail by 10. Up top, Sabonis. And there is the whistle. That goes on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Here's Teray. 6 on the shot clock. That one's good for 2. Teray's got his second bucket on the night.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. Yeah, that's why they continue to get attacked.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse.
Oh! What a hammer!
And when the Greek Freak takes flight, I mean, he's looking to tear that rim apart. So ferocious in his throwdowns.
And he goes in for the dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
You know, when you're looking close the gap. You need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Now a timeout by Sacramento. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated.
And Sacramento making a change here. Kings trail by 11. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Toure. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Second personal foul.
Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of hype. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Good chance here for Antetokounmpo. Offline from the high post. Kings trail by 9. Now, here's Howard. Pass to Toure. To the inside.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
Sacramento shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
And you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Lillard with the ball. Ooh, he's found his rhythm. 7 for 10 and counting.
Not so unusual to see Lillard scoring in bunches like this, but he's on fire here.
Here's Toure. He's got 6.
Switch.
Up and in on the layup. Toure's got 8.
Good, solid start to the half, hitting 3 out of 4.
Here's Reddish. Out to Lillard. The 3-ball. Rebound by Sacramento.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Pass to Howard. Here's Toure. Here's Jang. And another basket for Sacramento.
On fire to start the second half. 4-5 from the field.
Reddish on the wing. He's got 6. Portis a screen. And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. Lillard can't get that one to fall. Kings trail by 7. Well, Grant, there are few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
Pass to Howard. Over to the wing. Tyson. That 3's off the mark. And Doc Rivers calls timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
The Bucks leading by 7. Jackson outside. Screen by Antetokounmpo. From outside the arc. Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 9.
A total defensive collapse. I mean, no reason to allow him that kind of space from behind the arc.
Back to Carter. Pass to Sabonis. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Trent on the wing. Wide open look. Sacramento grabs the miss. Outside Carter. Now Sabonis. Pass to Terry. Drives to the hoop. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. The Bucks leading by 10. Now Fultz. Knocks it loose. Outside Carter. Pass to Jang. Back to Carter. Tries it from 16. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency. Milwaukee with the ball. They're leading by 8. Jackson, right side. Antetokounmpo for 3. And again, it's the Bucks missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. And here's Milwaukee now. And here's Fultz to the left side wing. Antetokounmpo, left side. Jackson for 3. Offensive rebound. Wow! A rim-rattling jam by Giannis.
How about using that 7'3" wingspan of his to gobble up offensive boards? Antetokounmpo making it happen on the glass.
Timeout call, Sacramento. And Sacramento making a change here. And so it's Carter who brings up the ball for the Sacramento Kings. Trailing by 10. There's a screen by Jang. With the floater. Carter can't get it to go. Pass to Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Hardaway. And here they go. Carter, good. Carter's got 14 points for the game.
They have not attempted as many threes here in the second half, which I'm scratching my head about. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
And here's Jackson.
Number 31. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:25 left in the third quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. Can't connect from short range. Kings trail by 8. And the foul called on Markelle Fultz. That's foul number 2 for him.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul.
There's a minute 12 left in the third.
Number 9.
Outside Carter. Pass to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. To the middle. Deflects the pass. Portis with the steal. On up the court. And the dunk by Jackson.
A capable passer. The more comfortable Fultz gets in this offense, the more effective he is.
On the wing, Murray. Outside Hardaway. From deep three-point land. Milwaukee with the rebound.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
Fultz scanning the floor. Three, and it's going to be a 3-second call. Kings trail by 10. Outside Carter. There's a screen by Jang. Pass to Hardaway. It'll count. And so it's Milwaukee ending the quarter up 10. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Here's Teray. And he lays it up and in.
Good, solid execution inside. That's exactly the look you want.
Outside Reddish. Pass to Lillard. Oh, Lillard with the dunk.
Look at Lillard rising up there. Wow, didn't know you had that, Dane.
Kings trail by 10. Now here is Howard. Ball stolen. In transition. Here come the Bucks. And the dunk by Lillard.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
6 to shoot. Pass to Jang. Stolen by Anderson. To the paint. And then Portis with the dunk.
The slam from Portis, impressive. Using that size around the rack.
Picked by Sabonis. And the foul called on Cam Reddish. That'll be a second foul of the game. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Here's Teray. For three, Hardaway. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Hardaway Jr. knows his role on this team, which is to provide scoring and leadership.
And he's good on the second. On Tim Hardaway's best nights, Clark, he can light it up from the perimeter.
Yeah, he's got a great stroke and compose matchup problems when he's got it going. When that happens, it forces opponents to adjust their defensive posture. So he's extremely valuable when he gets it going, knocking down shots on the perimeter.
Lillard outside. Shot clock at 2. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And a timeout called here by Doc Rivers. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. teams deciding to change it up. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers' huddle. He kept it real with his team, telling them, I know you feel good about this lead, but let's not get lazy. Let's not act like this is a sure thing all of a sudden. Looking to keep their focus on the task at hand. Brian?
And Allie, thank you for that. Count it.
This is Hardaway Jr.'s bread and butter. Really lethal off the catch.
And Reddish, here we go. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And sends it home with some passion.
I think he's rubbing it in a little bit here, hanging up there like that.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Milwaukee leading by 11. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Back to Lillard. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Reddish misses. Kings trail by 11. Outside Carter. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to be on Bobby Portis. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
You want to see what the difference is? Look at their points off turnovers. They've punished mistakes all game long.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Pass to Prince. Off target from three-point range.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Picked by Murray. And the ball out of play. The Bucks will have it. And so it's Antetokounmpo with it. He brings it up for the Bucks. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Pass to Prince. Launches it. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Outside Carter. Hardaway on the wing. 5 on the clock. Off the mark. Had a chance there to trim it to single digits.
Not his best night and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. The Bucks leading by 11. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Lillard outside. The three. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. Lillard's got 26.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Pass to Sabonis. Here's Shed. Whoop, there's the shot clock violation. So they'll turn it over. Here's Milwaukee. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. Lillard outside. Jackson the screen. Puts up a three. Rebounded. Domantas Sabonis. When you're casual with the ball, it can come back to bite you.
Yeah, B.A. Playing loose can help you and hurt you. They really need to tighten it up.
Pass to Howard. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it.
That might indeed ignite a spark in this team.
Out to Lillard. Antetokounmpo, left side. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And good luck stopping that. Giannis just makes it look so easy.
Pass to Sabonis. To the middle. Uses the glass on the layup.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Jackson with it. Pass to Lillard. Oh, a terrific swat. 4-3. And that one's good. Jackson for 3.
In today's game, you can never afford to get beat in the three-point battle.
You know, the only way that's going to turn around defensively is by stopping the outside shot, not getting into a shootout. They're not going to out-shoot out this team.
Here's Shed. Shoots over Jackson. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Now here's Lillard. Jackson outside. Pass to Kuzma. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. The shot no good. Kings trail by 15. Here's Shed. Here's Terry. Sabonis with it. Antetokounmpo covering. Sabonis can't hit.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Antetokounmpo, that's good. Antetokounmpo has got 4 points now in the quarter.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
To the inside. Shed. Sinks that one from the post.
Nice feed, just like his dad. Sabonis is an excellent passing big man. The passing gene was passed on.
Pulls up at the elbow. And he connects with a jumper. Antetokounmpo has got 10 points here in the second half.
And this one hasn't been in doubt for a bit now. They came out on a mission, and you can bag up this win for the Bucks.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
And this will get marked down as their 16th win of the year.
And with this one all but in the record books, they set the tone in the first of what will be only 2 meetings between these teams.
It sure is. It's just the 2 gamers since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And it was a reliably solid performance from one of their key guys. A tremendous game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, and he was aggressive rebounding the ball tonight. I think his aggressiveness on the glass helped set the tone.
Trent outside. Pass to Lillard. Chang pulls it in. And it's Sacramento's ball. 17-point game. This one for 3. So this one belongs to the Bucks. They did.
Give you all the sensation. Yeah, I'm with Future up in similes was better. My energy was never on some toughest. I was just a conscious rapper that was. I was just a college from a rougher premises. Kept my nose out the streets, but I love to get away for the action. With risk comes attraction. And I turned into a track star. Wanted all the thing I rap for. I've been trying to since hacksaw, Jim Duggan, running through the field in my Timbs. Now I'm with Young Metro on the VIP, incoming. For the like we make love and thinking to myself, could I really be with one woman? I think so, but it's hard when you with your dogs at the thinking I could Ruby Rose with a keystroke. Ego, ask yourself, is that gonna bring you peace though?
Forever's not long enough. If it's endless, what we done? Either you're a river or what we done? Stars, what we done?
Ya llegó el fin de semana, prendas de marca italiana. Voy a pistear con la plebada y nunca me llega sana. A veces, pero siempre. De Marruecos es el y ella es sudamericana. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a venir toda a sacarnos tamolodín. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la disco, la. Va a romper la disco, la. Va a romper la disco, la. Cierra la puerta y se roba el show. Me vuelve loco bailando el dembow. No es de la calle, but baby, you know. Siempre estoy y ella está low. Vamos pa' encima cambiándote el clima. Tú estás aquí, tú ojos en China. Yo sé que tú no tienes disciplina. Si vamos a hacer algo, traje. Como me mira, súper picante como de Argentina. Cara de modelo, cuerpo de asesina, divina. Tiene 10 cargos encima. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a venir toda la pasada, no estamos loading. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la discoteca, teca, 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 teca. Va a romper la discoteca, va a romper la disco, va a romper la disco,
no switching up. Brody came home, went to pick him up. My mans, I'm riding with a picture of. Shoot back to the crib, went to track hard. Got it tinted up, caught him outside. Nah, he in a. Ain't no falling off. I done put 2 million up. Ain't no falling off. I done put 2 million up. Catches at the light, like ain't no light at the. You ain't big enough. Know them youngins mean business when they in that rental truck. They gon' spin till they dizzy or to pick them up. I've been focused on this pay. Coming out retirement, the dead play. Though man's with a he don't pay, I make him pay. I can stop the day with what I made today. Probably won't admit it, but I paid the way. Who else you know made all these millions and ain't signed no papers? Never made a statement. Wasn't there when we was rapping in the basement. They was throwing parties, we was throw house party. We misbehave, gotta keep an eye on my slim cause he shady. He ain't know what he was doing. I had to school and teach you how to turn. I'm a tutor, how you jumping out of foreign pockets filled with all. I'm riding with a cougar, red and green Gucci sweater on, just like Freddy Krueger. Everybody around me family. We don't do recruiting.
Up next, the Bulls taking on the Knicks. For the Chicago Bulls, every game presents another chance to improve and refine their brand of basketball. They want to win each half, each quarter, each minute, each possession. Knicks, Bulls, coming up next. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining us tonight, Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke. And reporting from the sidelines, our very own David Aldridge. So the New York starting five. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Josh Hart. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Bridges in at the shooting guard. And for the Bulls, Buzel is out there with Josh Giddey. And it's Vucevic. And it's Kobe White. And it's Ball in at the one spot. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Pass to Hart. In the corner, it's Bridges. Anunoby outside. Towns high post. Just 5 to shoot. Out to Bridges. And here's Brunson outside. Good on the three-point shot. Brunson's got the first points up on the board for the Knicks. I'd send it out to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Billy Donovan. David?
Now, Coach said they need to take away Jalen Brunson's weapons and make him make plays, especially from outside. Coach said Brunson is a great distributor. He gets all of his teammates involved. We need to take away his weapons and make him shoot the three. We'll see if the defense can do that. Back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. 2 minutes remaining in the first. Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
Now, here's Vucevic. Vucevic, tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. High, arcing shot, and Vucevic pulls it down. For Chicago, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Pass the ball. Vucevic, a screen on Brunson. Ball with the bucket. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. Anunoby outside. It's Hart on the wing. Bridges passes to Anunoby. Brunson outside. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Bulls have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Ball feeling it out a bit. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
You know, guys, that's the selfless attitude of Mikal Bridges, so willing to give it up to an open guy.
Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Josh Giddey. And Jones subbed in for Ball. Achua, he's checked in for New York. Miles McBride comes in for Jalen Brunson.
Find the lanes. One shot.
Free throw good. Hart, the ultimate glue player. Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember, he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
The Knicks with the lead. Pass to Towns. McBride finds Towns. Now Achua. This one for three. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Knicks lead by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
I love the determination. They want to go after every rebound out there and overwhelming to the opposition right now.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Dosunmu is out there with Jones. Then it's Williams. And it's Smith. And it's Giddey in at the 3 slot. And we know injuries derailed last season for the Bulls, Greg, but with an aging core, you wonder where they go from here.
I mean, the Bulls are kind of stuck in the middle of things as it now stands. Not quite good enough to make a run in the East, but not in a position where they need to start over.
If you overplay Mikal Bridges to take the jump shot, that's creating driving lanes, and he'll take advantage.
Giddey goes in. Bridges with some nice defense. Here's New York. Here's the teardrop. Misses the layup. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And the foul called on Cameron Payne. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
So for the Bulls, Vucevic checked in for Smith. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Dosunmu. And then for New York, Towns, he's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. And OG Anunoby subbed in for Cameron Payne. Now here's Ball. Bounce pass from Williams. Here's Vucevic. Outside, Ball. From outside, off the mark. And so it's New York with it. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well for deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you. And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
On the court, your squad. Heads up, fans. Who wants a free t-shirt?
Chicago making some changes. Buzelis is checked in for Patrick Williams. Dosumu comes in for Josh Giddey. And it's Kobe White in for Jones. There's 47 seconds left in the first half of the game. Vucevic is screen on Brunson. Here's Ball. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Ball's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Towns, no luck.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And then Buzelis with the dunk.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
Brunson outside. Brunson for 3. Likes the look and drains it.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard you tell the guys to take it to them and play with more physicality offensively. What did you mean?
Well, just I think when we're getting the ball inside around the basket, at times we got to go up a little bit stronger and play through the contact and go to the rim.
Tough sledding in there, but you got to get there. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. Hey, Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. They've got Hart, Jalen Brunson out there with Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the 5 down low. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Ball's got 9.
I tell you, it's unorthodox to watch, but Ball shoots the ball with tremendous rhythm and confidence from beyond.
Here's Brunson. Back to Hart. Some nice passing by New York here. 3-pointer. And it's Brunson missing. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 1-point game. The Knicks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Ball against Brunson. Pass to Bridges. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 6 rebounds here tonight. And a fun run by the Knicks in the playoffs. But Doris, horrible injury luck ended their season.
Kevin, borderline absurd bad luck for injuries. You think about it, Julius Randle goes down in the regular season. And then in the playoffs alone, Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, and Bojan Bogdanovich all missed significant time. And who can forget Jalen Brunson getting hurt in that Game 7? Almost unreal bad luck.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jalen Brunson is a very cerebral player. He says he focuses on the little things. The attention to detail has made the game a lot easier. I know what I'm capable of. So as long as I keep working on my craft, keep the same mindset, only good things are going to happen for me. Kevin, back to you.
Good stuff, David. Amazing how far he has come. We appreciate the report. Patrick Williams, he's checked in for Chicago. And the Knicks making a change here as well. Achua's checked in. And Hart drops them both. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been there.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Well, Vucevic has got a number of moves he can go to. He's so comfortable this close to the cup.
Bridges outside. Towns for three. And the three ball is good. Towns has got 5 now. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
It's White on the wing. Defended by Bridges. Ball no good. For New York, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Bridges inside. White's there. Now here's Brunson. He's got 8. 2 on the clock. Fires from the line. And it's good off the back rim and in. And it's a 4-point Knicks lead.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
The third quarter comes to a close. Knicks out front. They're up by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Josh Giddey is out there with Buzelis. And it's Kobe White, and it's Ball, and it's Vucevic in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. They get it again, and that one's good. Towns.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up a little bit. Gets his team a bucket on the second chance.
Outside, Ball. Here's Vucevic. Towns with the defensive effort.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Bridges. No good off the back of the rim. Bulls trail by 6. That's to Vucevic. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. The layup off target.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Towns. Brunson scanning the floor. Pretty bucket inside by Brunson.
Jalen Brunson right now attacking without hesitation. His foot is on the gas pedal.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now.
Welcome to the Cards, your Chicago Buffalo.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He told his guys, I need you all to come together right now on both ends. This game is not over, and you need to go out there and take control now. We'll see how it looks coming out of the timeout, guys.
Okay, David, thanks. Wide, a screen on Brunson. Out to the wing. Unloads from 13. And another miss by Chicago. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. It's the Sacramento Kings taking on the Boston Celtics. Here's Traoré. Here's LaRavia. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Murray, good. Greg, we know that both these teams have had a difficult stretch recently and are hoping to turn things around in this one.
Yeah, it's a new opportunity. And Kevin, I expect each side to be hungry and motivated to get this win. And if not, the struggles will continue.
Back to Hachimura. Rebound by the Kings. Here's Traoré. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Traoré. Free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Kings shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they shot 81% from the line last season as a team, so you really can't find fault with what they're able to do there.
Good on both. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Outside Holiday. Pass to Tatum. Shoots the three. That one's in, his first. Shot this game.
Boy, that jumper is as pure as it gets. Jason Tatum off a pass from his teammate makes easy work of it.
And here's Sabonis. Here's LaRavia. Guarded by Tatum. And there's the drive. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Let's send it over to David Aldridge, who caught up with head coach Joe Mazzulla. David.
We talked about tackling the quote-unquote Sabonis problem. Coach said, we want to challenge Sabonis as early and often as possible. We'd rather see him pass the ball than find his own shot, and especially inside. Well, they'll try to battle Demarcus in the paint. We'll see how that works out. Back to you.
Thanks, David. Brown, good.
You can see the work Jaylen Brown has put in to become a range shooter. Nice.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes. Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack, and where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Stolen away. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Traoré. Here's LaRavia. Sacramento moving it around. Shot clock at 6. Double team Sabonis. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
Domantas Sabonis is one of the outstanding passers from the post position that we have in today's game. If you're open, he'll find you.
Now here's Brown. Misses from short range.
Boy, that's one he wishes he could have back, especially against soft defense.
Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. To the left side wing. Murray outside. Pass to Sabonis. Up and in on the layup. Sabonis has got his second basket.
Boy, 4 for 4 to get things started. Must have been a good shoot-around this morning.
Brown outside. Screened by Valanciunas. To the middle. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
But Jaylen Brown getting better and better in pick-and-roll situations. There's a real willingness to give up the basketball.
Here's Traore. Pass to LaRavia. Now here's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Domantas Sabonis has filled out his frame, and if you need some physicality around the rim, this guy is willing to do it.
Celtics making a switch here.
Personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Celtics, number 12, Elfrid Payton.
Now Hachimura. Scoreless thus far. It's good.
Boy, a nice, efficient finish for Elfrid Payton. Boy, that'll help your percentage, gentlemen.
And it's Sabonis with the ball for Sacramento. Tipped away. Pass to Traore. 6 on the shot clock. It's Howard with the drive. 2 points. That one goes.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
On the wing, Payton. Tatum wide open. He fires one. The kick out to Brown. Drops in the tray. Brown's got 6.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
So the Kings call timeout. They're first. The Kings making a switch here. The Kings leading. Now here is Carter. Screen by Sabonis. Down low. That's in there. Carter with the assist. He's got 8.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And the Celtics with possession here. Outside Tatum to the paint. Brown outside. Over Howard. The Celtics get it back in a new 14. And here is Brown. 6 points for him. Austin needs to get off a shot. Hachimura. They get it back. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
Well, Jonas Valanciunas has the instincts, the size, and the smarts to go ahead and take advantage of those missed shots and create them into points.
Pass to Murray. Hardaway with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Boston trailing. Payton with it. Outside Tatum. A 3-ball. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Sabonis. So both teams making some changes here.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Vincent. Pass to Hachimura. Tatum a screen. And here is Hachimura. Here's the teardrop. Rebound by Murray.
Boy, at some point you've got to realize there might be a better option standing next to you. This guy has not made one basket in this period.
Now here is Carter. He has yet to score.
I'd say everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Pass to Brown. Jordan outside. Right wing. Clock at 6. The Celtics working the ball around now. Fires from the corner. Tatum gets the bucket. Tatum's got 5.
When you have an offensive arsenal as complete as Jason Tatum's, the shot clock doesn't bother you. I love that.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Nice try. It's all good. Substitution on the court.
The Kings trailing.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Here's Traoré. To the inside. In the air. He takes it up and lays it in.
Boy, it looked like the D was going to get to that shot, but what a job he did to change his release and get the lay-in.
Now Vincent, still without a basket, drills the three-pointer. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that Cameo song, back and forth. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Vincent. The kick out to Tatum. Brown outside. Over Carter. And it's Brown missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
Pass to Carter. On the wing, Hardaway. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Traoré. And Boston with the rebound. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Now Vincent. Chang defending. Pass to Nesmith. Left side, Brown. Off target from three-point range. And the rejection by Chang. Out to Carter. The three. No good. Tie game in Boston. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
20. The Kings. 20.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
They set a physical tone in the first, and that really showed on the backboard.
I think it's why they hold the lead here early, because they're controlling the flow of the game with those second chance opportunities.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, he sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. D.A., we thank you for that. Here's Tatum. Rebound by the Kings.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Here's Traore. Carter outside. Three-pointer does not find the basket. His third miss. He's made just one so far. Payton with the ball, and it's Carter picking him up. Pass to Bailey. The shot goes back up, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, doesn't allow himself to be rattled in the least by the aggressive defense. Jonas Valanciunas shows his strength and composure to power up and through.
And that drops, so they now lead by one. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Now here is Holiday. Still yet to score. And here comes the break. Nice shot by Traore. Celtics trail by 4. Holiday surveying the floor. Inside, Tatum automatic.
Well, you see the effectiveness of Jason Tatum in close. Don't sleep on both his strength and his length.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Sacramento making a switch here. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And here's Carter. Pass to Howard. Here's Sabonis. The shake. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant. but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, Dominic just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Sabonis, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Sabonis has got the lead up to 4 now for Sacramento. Brown outside. Looking to end his cold spell, and finished off by Brown.
That is the hard-driving, big-time athleticism of Jaylen Brown on display.
Pass to Terry, and he elevates for the slam dunk. Jason Tatum did not like that one.
And talk about putting some extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space. Now here is Hachimura. Nothing on the board. Shot clock at 5. Holiday, no one around him. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Well, if you know Drew Holiday, you know he is more than capable of knocking down these shots at a very high clip.
Pass to Sabonis. Now here is Carter. Howard with it. Sabonis inside. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Jordan. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Teams changing it up here. Here's Traore. Pass to Hardaway. He gets that one. And the Kings lead by 3.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Up top, Brown. Rebound by Murray.
Now, I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Pass to Tyson. And here is Hardaway. Here's Murray. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway. Now it's a 5-point Sacramento lead.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Here's Bailey. Here's Brown. This ball movement by Boston. 4 on the clock. Here's Vincent. Boston, no good that time either. Sacramento leading by 5. Here's Traore. Out to the right wing. Hardaway from outside. Offensive rebound. Murray, good. Murray's got 4 points in the quarter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Brown. Here's the drive. And then Brown with the dunk.
Boy, the quickness of Jaylen Brown on the drive. He makes it happen in an instant.
Here's Tyson. No scoring in this one. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Now, I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
Brown, no good.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Traore. Pass to Hardaway. Tyson. No dice on the putback jam. Celtics trailed by 7. Now Brown. 10 points for him. Here's Koloko. Here's Bailey. Here's Vincent. That 3 off the mark. Sacramento leading by 7. A minute 50 left in the first half of basketball. Down it goes, jamming that one home.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And the call will be against Gabe Vincent. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Boston making a switch here. Here's Traore. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. And he can extend the lead to double digits. Vincent with it. Pass to Bailey. Here's the 3. Hits the 3-point bomb.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Kings leading now by 6. Here's Shed. Pass to Sabonis. That shot no good. Jordan with some nice D.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Out left to the wing. Here's Bailey. And they recover it. That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 34 seconds left to play in the first half. From 12 feet out. 23 seconds left in the second quarter. And that one comes up a bit short.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Here's Shed. Here's Jang. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Sacramento with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. Back right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Outside Holiday. Driving to the basket. And a wide open look for Hachimura. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time.
Such a very consistent in-between shooter. The defense can't afford to let Hachimura get separation.
Now, here's Sabonis. And that one drops for him. Traore's got 6.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
And stolen by Murray. And now the Kings fast break. And the powerful one-handed slam.
Oh, great pass from Murray. I like whenever he looks to get his guys involved.
Pass to Traore. Here's Laravia. Howard with it. Fires from 14. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Now here's Brown. Back to Holiday. Brown down low. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Pass to Laravia. And here is Murray. Kings moving the ball around. Sabonis score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
Now here's Tatum. He's got 7. And Brown throws it down hard.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown so quick off his feet. What a vertical threat he is.
It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
You know, it's such a pleasure to watch Domantas Sabonis play the game. Yes, he's got absolutely God-given talent, but he also has an incredible understanding and feel for the game, and he plays it the right way.
Pass to Valanciunas. Outside Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Howard with it. He's covered by Brown. Here's Sabonis. Back to Howard. But Trey. Valanciunas grabs the board. Now here's Tatum. He's got 9. 6 to shoot. And the dunk by Tatum.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Now, here's Sabonis. 14 points for him. Pass to Laravia. Now, here's Murray. Shoots over Hachimura. Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the 3. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
To the wing right side. Another steal. Out on his own on the break. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Cuts off the pass. And the Kings pushing it up now. Nice shot by Traore. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Sacramento.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
They've also been scoring on the break. With how difficult it is to get buckets in the half court, anytime you can push the ball in transition for easy ones, that's big time.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
Substitution on the board.
Carter outside. Inside. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Celtics making a switch here. Now here is Carter.
Number 13.
6 on the shot clock. Again, the miss by the Kings. Celtics trailed by 8. Here's Bailey. Pass to Tatum. Now here is Holiday. Jang defending. Holiday attacking. Tatum trying to break free. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense. But, you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him.
Hardaway, no good.
Superb defense, guys. No way he's going to let him get off a clean look at the basket.
Here's Bailey. And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
And no doubt, Coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Boston making a switch here. Here's Bailey. Back to Neesmith. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Vincent. Takes a 3. Doesn't go for him. And so it's Terry bringing it up for the Sacramento Kings. Carter on the wing. And the shot goes down. And the Kings lead by 8.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
And here's Tatum for 3. Short. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
It is not easy trying to keep DeAndre Jordan off the boards. His combination of length and determination so impressive.
Now here is Hardaway. Still scoreless. The three-pointer is right on target.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And Doris, when you look at Aaron Neesmith, he is someone that has accepted readily more responsibility over time.
There's no question, Kevin, and what I love is he didn't let not playing early in his career affect his outlook. In fact, it almost added an edge and spurred him to incredible improvement. He's an excellent defensive player. He's worked hard to become a three-point shooter. It's somebody defenses must now account for from range, and love the work put in.
Now here is Carter. And he goes in for the dunk.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. Outside Tatum. Back to Neesmith. Over Jang. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Tatum. They grab their own miss. Benson with it. And it's Carter picking him up. Here's Bailey. Terry grabs the board. Kings leading now by 9. .125 left to play in the third. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Jang Payton, no luck.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
76% from the line a season ago.
Celtics trail by 8. Here's Payton. And the layup's good off the glass. Payton's got his second bucket of the night.
Boy, you see the composure from Elfrid Payton right there. Takes on the challenge. My goodness.
Pass to Chang. Here's Shed. Right side Hardaway. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
I like the dish from Hardaway Jr. Proving once again he's a team-first player.
And here is Nesmith. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Nesmith has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Kept alive by Sacramento. The wide open look here for Jared. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
Team substitution. Howard.
9 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Bailey. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Carter for 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. The third quarter comes to a close. It's Sacramento up.
62.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Sacramento. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Chang. And here is Howard. Oh, good on the triple.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Brown outside. From outside, off the mark. Kings leading now by 4. To the paint. Here's Murray. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. 8 points for Keegan Murray.
And he never stops working and just never.
By 6. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Going inside. And that one is good. Now Carter. Pass to Howard. On the wing, Murray. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Vincent. A good look from Hachimura. Carter pulls it in.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Pass to Chang. Murray outside. Over Nesmith. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall. Back to Vincent. Now Brown. Launches it. Rebound by Chang. Carter with it. Pass to Murray. Five on the clock. Wide open look. Again, the miss by Murray.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Here's Brown. Rebound by Murray. Kings leading now by 6. Carter looking around. To the middle. Out to the right wing. Kings moving the ball around. And Jang gets it to go.
Assisted.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
Here's Vincent. Swiped away. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And then Carter with the dunk.
And this is what you want on both ends, to win the battle of effort.
And that's exactly what you can control, right? Your desire, your hustle, your will to succeed. Such a reliable threat from range. You'd think the defense might key on him a little bit more.
Pass to Murray. Shot clock at 3. Let's go. Rebound, Boston.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
Now, here's Neesmith. Back to Vincent. Hachimura, the screen. Rebound by Jang.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Back to Carter. In the corner, it's Jang. Three-pointer. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Jang's got the lead up to 10 now for the Kings. It's the Celtics ball. Pass to Brown. Fires for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
His first triple of the second half. That makes 3 for the game.
Murray outside. Here's LaRavia. Over Vincent. Now, here's Howard. Murray looking around. Second chance shot. And the layup is good. And the Kings lead by 9.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pass to Vincent. Down low. The kick out to Brown. No good on the shot. Oh, he really broke up that transition opportunity. Looks like it'll be a transition take foul. Free throw good. Murray.
Hard not to get excited about Keegan Murray's potential. He can shoot the ball. He rebounds it. If this guy continues to grow his game, he could end up being a high-level impact player.
Pass to Tyson. Driving inside.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Double team on Holiday. Here's Jordan. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
Well, DeAndre Jordan making his presence felt at the offensive end. Nice.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Tyson. Over to the wing. Outside Hardaway. Good, and it's a bonus with the assist that time.
Oh, that's money in the bank. Hardaway, terrific off the catch.
Pass to Tatum. Here's Bailey to end the run. Busted. No good that time either.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Celtics trail by 16. And here is Tatum. Pass to Nesmith. And he drives in. Basket counts. And that's now 10 points for Aaron Nesmith.
That's a finish for the purists out there. The lightest of touches on the finger roll.
Here's Traore. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. They trail by 16. To the inside. Here's Nesmith. And the layup falls.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Pass to Tyson. Here's Traore. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. Do you think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Kings.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
Pass to Nesmith. Ball's knocked loose. And the Kings pushing it up now. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Spirited performance. You love to get this kind of win, especially on the road.
You've got to be able to block out all distractions in enemy territory. This team did a tremendous job staying focused on the task at hand.
And the Celtics with possession here. The Kings getting the bucket. Clock at 6. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.
bro, if you think that I'm lying, them man hate, cause your man so fly. Text you, I'm nice. I thought my bedroom wasn't up, so I stopped. Quang is this, Quang is that, Quang is Marga, his head's fat, but I'm still king in this, that's fact. His we man, with them you choke man, low it, I meant choke men. Hold on one from up the old blue, met a sweet one from down the old Ken. Like, big Quang face from the north. How did I come this far? I think I'm a bandit, they think I'm a star. When I cut through, man, they be like raw. They so big that I can't go shop, man, I always get clocked. It's so hot. Is it a fan or is it a op? Either way, man, I'm moving on job. I love my freedom, but I risk it anytime I see them. Fly at the ride, man, breed them, cool.
It's the NBA brought to you by 2K Sports on this very special Easter Sunday. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. On the sidelines, it's David Aldridge. We've got the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Sacramento Kings. Here's LaRavia. Here's Murray up on top. 6 to shoot. Pass to Toure. Over Dillingham. Toure's shot is on. Minnesota with the ball. Here's McDaniels. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And standing 6'9", Jaden McDaniels, possessing tremendous length for a perimeter defender.
Yeah, Kevin, and he can really move his feet, too. Jaden McDaniels is clearly one of the best and most versatile perimeter defenders in the league.
Now, here's Sabonis. Pass to Howard. Back to Sabonis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. First on Jaden McDaniels.
And like his dad back in the day, Domantas has an innate ability to process and make quick decisions.
And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified. And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Pass to Toure. The Kings need to get off a shot here. Shoots a fader. It's hauled in by Edwards. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Going inside. Count that bucket.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
Pass to Sabonis. Howard with it. From past the arc. Doesn't go for him.
0 for 3 from the floor so far. Not the start they had in mind. They need to just take a breath, reset, and keep things simple.
And Stewart gets it to go.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Sacramento off to a slow start. 6-point game. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. The Kings head coach gave me a few minutes, and we talked about the tall task of facing Anthony Edwards. Coach said he is so physical. Ant looks more like a linebacker than a wing, so we can't foul Edwards too much. That's playing right into his hands. They'll try to play him tight without sending him to the line. Not easy to do. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Now, here's Sabonis. To end the run. Got a piece of it.
Well, his block numbers might not always show it, but Stewart is a strong defender who alters a lot of shots.
Here's Dillingham. Lets it go from deep. Sabonis grabs the ball. The Kings trail by 6. Here's Traore. Pass to Murray. And here's Sabonis. 5 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
Timberwolves ball.
The Timberwolves making a switch here.
Timberwolves substitution. Number 27, Rudy Gobert.
Minnesota leading by 6. Now Dillingham. Still yet to score. Pass to McDaniels. Out left to the wing. Dillingham with it. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Sacramento grabs the miss. Pass to Murray. And it's blocked. And they recover it. Here's LaRavia. And it's Murray with the jam. And now looks like we've got an injury here, guys. We'll likely see him come out of the game.
And that's the one thing you just really can't control or even guard against, and that's injury.
Yeah, teams do everything they can to protect against it, but at this point, all you can do is hope he's not gone for too long.
Here's Dillingham. The Kings getting the bucket, and it's in there.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Here is Carter. Pass to LaRavia. Minnesota with the rebound. Randall surveying the D. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. The Kings trailed by 6.
personal foul. Second team foul. Into the lineup for your Kings.
Here's Tyson.
Tyson.
Pass to Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Carter. Bricks the dunk off the deceptive pump fake. Minnesota leading by 6. Dillingham. Can't get it to fall.
Well, he certainly had trouble finding the mark this quarter.
Carter outside. Pass to Tyson. Carter outside. And the powerful one-handed slam.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
Here's Dillingham. Here's Randall. Lays it up off the glass.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
And stolen by Dillingham. Randall with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. Puts the move on. And Randall throws it down.
Not enough defense there. Allowing Randall to get that close is a recipe for disaster.
Outside Hardaway. No good that time. Randall with some nice D. Minnesota leading by 8.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
Clock is at 3. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
Carter outside. Pass to Hardaway. Here's Tyson. He takes it in. Rebounded by Hart. And here are the Timberwolves. They're leading by 8. Here's Dillingham. Here's McDaniels. Murray with the defensive effort.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Carter looking around. From downtown, Gobert pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 8. Randall right side. Inside. And slam dunk by Gobert.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominant in the paint.
Bucket is good.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
First personal foul. Second team foul. Substituting on the court.
109 left here in the opening quarter. Dinwiddie for 3. Offensive rebound. Clark right side. Dinwiddie outside. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. And the Kings making a change here.
Substitution for your Kings.
The Kings trail by 8. Terry outside. Back to Carter. 44 seconds left in the first. Clock at 6.
So they need to start taking care of the basketball. Careless play since the opening tip. Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Timberwolves leading by 8. Now here's Dinwiddie. The 3-ball. Rebound by Jang. To the middle. Sabonis gets the bucket. Sabonis has got 5 points so far.
And the confidence from Sabonis. Since being traded from OKC back in 2017, this guy has raised his level.
First personal foul.
The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. 9 seconds left in the first quarter.
Timberwolves foul. First personal foul. 3rd team. Substituting on the court.
6 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Traore with 1 on the clock. And that does it for the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 8. Stay with us as we get set to...
The Timberwolves, 19.
Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here as we get underway once again. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnover.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And the Timberwolves with possession here. Here's Dillingham. Sacramento grabs the miss. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That will complete this 4-game homestand. To the inside. Jang. And finished off by Jang.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
And a big part of perimeter defense, Greg, avoiding screens. What are some of the tricks of the trade in that regard?
Well, sometimes you have to get skinny. I mean, other times it's using your strength. A lot goes into it. Also, getting a cadence for the screener. It's one of the more challenging aspects of NBA defense.
The Kings trail by 8. Here's Traore. Hasn't made one yet. Sabonis high post. Back to Howard. Lets the 3 fly. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time.
And it's obvious Sabonis enjoys passing the basketball. Always ready to get it to an open shooter.
Here's the 3. Dillingham, no good.
Yeah, and they hold the lead in spite of his cold shooting night. He has not been able to get it going.
Here's Traore. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring opportunity.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul. No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
The Kings trail by 5. The 3. Yurtseven with the rebound.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Shots good by Miller.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
On the wing tip. Uses both hands to slam it down.
He just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Now Dillingham. Pass to Hart. And here's Stewart. Chang defending. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Dillingham. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Traore. And he lays it straight in. Traore's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Here's Dillingham. And the slam dunk by Dillingham.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Outside, Sabonis. Shakes him. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And loving the aggression from Sabonis. Going right up for the dunk there. Nice.
Miller outside. Looking for Stewart. He gets it there. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Yurtseven. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Yeah, I'd consider calling timeout right away after that one. The defense has to be better there.
Traore's shot is off. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Timberwolves. There's the drive. That one good for 2. And the Timberwolves lead by 7.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but that only scratches the surface. The way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Well, it's great being your partner.
Likewise.
So it's Sacramento now. They trail by 9 points. Carter outside. Beyond the arc. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Dinwiddie right side. Here's Miller. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For Minnesota, they have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10. Both free throws good for Miller.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
Carter with the screen. Pass to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last. So it's Sacramento. 8-point game. Pass to LaRavia. Another three for Sacramento.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Here's Dinwiddie. Buries it down low. And the Timberwolves lead by 7. Here's Sacramento now. Carter outside. Here's LaRavia. Pass to Chang. 6 on the shot clock. Here's LaRavia. For 3. It's not going to go for him. Minnesota leading by 7. Here's Miller. Count it. Good. Miller's got 6 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Hardaway with a wide open look. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Miller with a wide open look. Sinks the triple. Miller's got the lead up to 12 now for Minnesota.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
And even 3-on-3 break. Rebound by Chang. Here's Sacramento now. Back to Carter. A minute 50 left to play here in the half. Pass to Hardaway. Here's LaRavia. Will it go? That one's a miss. His 3rd shot of the game. He's made 1 of them. Now Gobert. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Sweet move. The Kings trail by 12. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Carter with it. Picked up by Shepard. Pass to Chang. Here's LaRavia. Outside Carter. Miller grabs the miss. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Over in the corner, Randall. Out to Miller. The tray. And it's LaRavia with the rebound. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it, a fast break chance. Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. And so it's Minnesota in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Pass to Dillingham. Up and in on the layup. Dillingham's got the first basket of the 3rd quarter for the Timberwolves. Sabonis with the ball. Defended by Gobert.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. Now here's Gobert. Sabonis grabs the board. The Kings trail by 8. Here's Traoré. Gobert pulls it in. And for those of you turning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Pass to Hart. Puts up a deep 3. Rebound by the Kings. Here's Traoré. Sabonis, high post. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Sabonis has got 11 points.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Knocked away. Here's Tyson. He has yet to score.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
The Kings trail by 6. Here's Traoré. Here he goes. Pass to Sabonis. And it goes down 2 points. Sabonis has got 6 in the quarter.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Gobert. Now Dillingham. It's Hart on the wing. Just 4 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Dillingham, no good.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit. But can they get over the hump?
Well, with all the momentum they've built up, I don't see this run stopping anytime soon.
Hart, that's good.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That is his first foul of the game. Timeout. We've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Timeout call. Your king,
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Screen by Sabonis. To the paint. It's stolen by Gobert. And here is Hart. And he makes good on the layup. And it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Pass to Traore. Back to Howard. Here's Tyson. Again, the miss by the Kings. Dillingham with it. 10 points for him. Fires from deep. Kept alive. It's Hart on the wing. Tries again. It's Hart on the wing. Pass to McDaniels. 6 to shoot. Dillingham with it. Tries yet again. And he lays it up and in. Dillingham's got 12 points in the game. The Kings trail by 8. Murray outside. Fires the 3. Good on the triple.
I love the focus from Murray. He wants to make the most of his opportunities.
It's Hart on the wing. Pass to Dillingham. Over in the corner, Randall. Now, here's McDaniels. Gobert, no good. Here's Traore. Now, here's Howard. Back to Murray. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Back to Sabonis. Gobert pulls it in. Minnesota leading by 5. Now Hart. He's got 8. Pass to Dillingham. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And Sacramento has possession. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That'll be his second foul of the game. Timeout called by the Kings.
Your Sacramento Kings.
Of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players, and it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop.
Carter with it, defended by Dinwiddie. Here's LaRavia. Here's Carter. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
On the wing, Dinwiddie. They grab their own miss. Good saving. Off target at the rim. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Kings. They trail by 3. They set the pick. And McDaniels with the block.
Well, a swat from McDaniels with a near 7-foot wingspan. He can cover a lot of ground.
Pass to Hart. That's tipped, and he's able to get it back. Here's Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dinwiddie's got 6.
And a long combo guard, Dinwiddie can use that 6'5" height inside like a bigger player.
Pass to Hardaway. Over Hart. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Well, that's taking full advantage of the opening. The defense probably willing to give him that one, but I like that he's capitalizing on it.
And here is Hart.
2 minutes.
McDaniels gets a wide open look. A second chance effort, and he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, that wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
Third team substituting on court.
And here's Carter. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Jang. Now Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And now just a 1-point Timberwolves lead. 1:21 left to play in the third. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's his first foul.
Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves, Tony Bradley.
Dinwiddie outside. Out to Miller. Outside Williams. Pass to Dinwiddie. Just 5 on the clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
On a shooter like Dinwiddie, you have to guard close, but Dinwiddie challenges that defense and draws the foul.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Kings trail by 3. Pass to Hardaway. Here's LaRavia. Left side Hardaway. Rebound Minnesota.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And it's Miller in the corner. Carter drives in. And then Carter with the dunk.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
Out to Miller. From outside, off the mark. Carter outside. It'll count. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Minnesota on top. They lead by 1.
The Timberwolves, 56.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. The Kings trailing. Pass to Chang. Back to Carter. 5 to shoot to take the lead to the left side wing. Shoots it up. Jang, no luck. Dinwiddie with it, and it's Carter picking him up. Back to Dinwiddie. Down low. Here's Stewart, and the dunk by Stewart.
Thunderous jam from Stewart.
The Kings trail by 3. Here's Carter, and then Carter with the jam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that, put so much pressure on the defense.
Joe Good.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Pass to Chang. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter now. To the paint. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Several teams changing it up here.
Substituting on the court.
Timberwolves leading by 4. It's to Gobert. Dillingham with it. Picked away. And here's the fast break. Shot by Terry, no good. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Minnesota with the ball. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. Dinwiddie outside. Timberwolves passing it around. Back to McDaniel. 2 on the clock. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Pass to Sabonis. Screen by Sabonis. Sorey. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Julius Randle picks one up.
Clearly a foul.
All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
Well, you've got to like that they're not settling. They're attacking the defense on the drive and creating great looks.
And the other thing we've seen them do well tonight is draw fouls. Time and time again throughout this game, they've won trips to the line and converted.
Pass to Torrey. Back to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And really, after trailing the entire game, they've got to be feeling good about evening things up.
Yeah, guys, they've shown a ton of character in making this comeback. Now they've got to finish the job.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Timberwolves making a change here. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situations. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Joe. That 3 off the mark. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Over to the left wing. Pass to Sabonis. Sorey cans it from downtown. Sorey's got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings.
Well, when you give him room like that, just expect it to go in.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Now into the lineup for the Timberwolves.
Dinwiddie wide open. They can't stop the run with that one.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Torrey. Murray outside. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Shot's good by Sabonis. Now it's a 5-point Kings lead.
Yeah, Sabonis is a highlight reel, a walking double-double on the floor.
Pass to Hart. Puts up a 3. Here's Stewart. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Kings leading now by 5. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up on this end.
Here's Tyson to the inside. Sabonis. And a slam dunk by Sabonis.
Really, really good possession there. They've never lost their focus, even as the game's gotten tight.
And if you're going to pull away, now is the time to do it. Time to finish the game strong.
Pass to Hart. Back to Yurtseven. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession.
And he jumped out to that ball immediately. Great reaction on that deflection.
Yeah, and you know they're tracking the tips and deflections because that tells you who's affecting the game.
Here's Traore. Pass to Tyson. And Clark over to help. In the corner, it's Sabonis. Sabonis. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And guys, we see more of this every year. Sabonis looking for his own offense.
Stewart with it.
Third personal foul. Second team foul. Timberwolves substitution. Number 11, Isaiah Joe.
Sacramento on defense. And once again off the mark by Minnesota.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Back to Terry. Clock at 6. Driving inside. Traore shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 9. Pass to Clark. Now Gobert. The Timberwolves working the ball around them. Clark, that's good.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Now, here's Sabonis. Defended by Gobert. Terry outside. Looking for Gobert. He gets it there. Now, here's Clark. Here's Hart. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No, just too much D that time. Sabonis wreaking havoc inside.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Sabonis drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Pass to Dillingham. With some arc. And Sabonis pulls it down. Kings leading now by 6. Murray left side. Here's Traore. Now here's Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Dillingham. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
1:51 left in the fourth. Pass to Traore. Now Sabonis. Guarded by Bradley. Double team Sabonis. Chalk up 2 there. Sabonis has got 27.
And leave it to Sabonis. That guy doesn't miss a thing.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. Off target from three-point range. Kings leading now by 8. There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Carter driving the lane. Stolen by McDaniels. Randall with the ball. Out guarded by Murray. That one drops for him. 6 points for Jaden McDaniels.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
A rebound by the Timberwolves.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
And they have to play fast, but also smart. Every possession counts right now.
And how about Randall coming up clutch? Wow, this guy has ice in his veins.
Carter outside. In the corner, Murray with it. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet. And the Kings lead by 7.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter. Knows where to park himself and always ready to receive the pass. Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
So it's the Kings taking the W in a close one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And that about wraps it.
Your free cause the clips be fat for us. Them dug the jams and commenced to going off. She sweats the beats and asked me cause she me, I got crew kids, 7 and a crescent. Us cause a buzz when him, that's my man with the asteroid belt. Fake catch a fizz from the Mr. Doodle Big. He rocks a tee from the Crooklyn 9. The rebirth is slick like my gangster stroll. The lyrics just like Luke come in stacks and rolls. You used to find the bug in a box with Dave. Now he boogies up your stage, plats twist the braids, and I'm peace like that. 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 I'm peace.
Check it out, man. I groove like that. I'm smooth like that. I jive like that. I roll like that.
Yeah, I'm thick like that. I stack like that. I'm down like that. I'm black like that.
Yo, I funk like that. I'm fat like that. I'm in like that cause I swing like that.
We jazz like that. We freak like that. We zoom like that. We out. We out. We out.
updated the roster. You can tell it's a rich posture. Y'all gon' wanna spit in they popper. In school I was searching my locker. Who did your jury? It look like brass. One of your bro should've stopped you. It's Young Wonder and Young Weezy, man, it too easy. Different for every season, showing me the feel relaxed, it's like that therapeutic. She take that on call back so she won't think I need it. If I don't post and I go ghost, it's gon' be for a reason. Just got my reading and my reasons, I'm booked out the region. This jury call on me, I'm freezing, no way I'm anemic.
Put on to the photo, man, too easy. Y'all gon' snatch a line. I got a different for different places, different seasons. Plan a position, cutting her off too easy. I started off R&B stars right at the band. I have on the west south, think that I abandoned her. I have in my blood and I can change the climate. I threw the money on her to the price up like I designed it. Hit with the presidential on the let's get. They like IG in the car. Pop out that night and double R. Give him all these in the car.
It's Young Wonder and Young Weezy, man, it too easy. Different for every season, showing me that the feel relaxed, it's like that therapeutic. She take that on call back so she won't think I need it. If I don't post and I go ghost, it's gon' be for a reason. Just got my reading and my reasons, I'm booked out the region. This jury call on me, I'm freezing, no way I'm anemic.
Too many times I told these stop playing with me, go play with your kids. I don't wanna hear no opinions from people who still got dreams of making it big. I don't really care about what you would do if you had this bread or the things you would get. If you was me, you wouldn't work this hard. You don't know how long I've been waiting on this. I'm way too busy to hate on a bank account, look like she banking on tips. I came up from nothing, was laying on and sleeping in bundles and paying no rent. Everyone loves you when fame don't exist. When I made $1 million, they said it, I switched. My watch is too pricey, my chain is on lit. My diamonds are icy, I'm skating on this. Skating like Gretzky back in the 80s and running from 12, but that isn't Brady. But that doesn't faze me, I keep to myself if that's what it takes me. The day that you play me, it be the same day me and Jennifer Lopez announced. Yeah, having some twins, there's 2 in the bag. You want the fame, but you wouldn't last. The difference between me and you is you trash. I'm really 100, you're doing too bad. Look, if I'm at a 10, then you like a 2. If you was a 10, then I'd be 200 divided by 2. I'm too good at math. Look, they got me started, I'm back on my nigga and shit. I thought about for practice like I've been auditioning. Cut her off, but she started a bigger. Cut her